Welcome back to Workers and Resources. We continue the area, constructing our area in Carlotta, because we need access to oil to make a bit of profit on the eastern border. Construction is ongoing here right now. Many trucks bringing gravel over here, not all of them having a very high capacity, but that's okay. We should finish this fairly soon, I believe, but we'll see. Hello, Let's Go Dad. Welcome. How are you doing? Our ruble currency is going down quite quickly. I wonder if I should carry some aluminium in reverse. From US dollars into rubles. What's the price of aluminium? It is starting to become more expensive in rubles than in US dollars right now. Also, I need to check what I have in storage, I guess. Our warehouse does hold some electronics that we might be able to sell at some point. So 115,000 is now 142,000, and 130,000 US dollars is 137,000 US dollars. So the price is slowly going up, very, very slowly. And maybe we can export that at some point. I'm well, thank you. Enjoying the beautiful autumn weather. How are you? I had a little bit of a oopsie health-wise, but I'm doing better now. Enjoying the weather getting colder, let's put it that way. Hopefully next year won't be as warm. Thank you for asking. We're almost done with the road. Going on to the last road, reaching the pump jack, and then we have to build the electric substation, and then we're done. Maybe we can wait for the money to trickle in. It is costing quite a bit of money running the bus with the foreign workers, though. They shouldn't really build any of these. Let's disable auto search, remove everything, and handle them manually, because I don't trust them. I will not assign them to the road construction. We will only use the other vehicles coming from far away. We'll do that for the second road as well. And maybe, I guess, I should get some western dump trucks to help with things. Could place another free construction office, but otherwise we are fully occupied already and would need to build another one, or relocate some out of a construction office and send them to a depot and then fill it up with some dump trucks to speed things along. Yeah, let's keep the money a little bit tight. As I said, I think taking out a loan would be acceptable, but maybe we don't have to. 44 tons. Another delivery after that. No, that's enough. But these trucks drive very slowly, so it'll be a little while before they get here. But once the gravel is in place, the road will finish construction and we will have to assign the other one. There's one. And maybe I missed the second one, or maybe it's still on its way. There it is. We can start the construction of the second road fairly soon. Our tunnel construction does not receive anyone right now. I guess the workers might also be going to the road construction unnecessarily, which I kinda disapprove a little bit. But what can you do? I guess they're sending it to a woodcutting post for maintenance, which makes more sense. Makes more sense to have the workers here repairing things than building a road that can be done with an excavator. Kindergarten on fire. Just a single small fire truck, hopefully it's enough. Okay, looks fine. 16,000 work days still left for the tunnel. I wonder if I should start planning out this area. I mean, I basically want this to be a very high density area, but I guess we can't really have that at the start. But I guess I could plan it as such. The road coming in here will probably be asphalt in this area. But maybe not at the start. Don't have an excavator free. I'll have to wait. I didn't even flatten everything out completely yet, so it's not exactly how it should be. But yeah, I didn't want to do all of that, because what I wanted to do was just build a small settlement here and get situated on this side with a heating plant that it can run. And that's the main purpose of the area for now. Start making use of holding the control key to pull those things. Still forgetting about that. Okay. So in this case, I guess we can't really connect it at the center, unless I move it a little bit apart from each other. I think I'll do that. I would like there to be a footpath and the access in the center, just to be on the safe side a little bit. Once the footpaths are in place in the middle, we can't really build in this area anymore, so I have to remove that. this is the density of buildings that I'm talking about that I want to achieve in this area. I could copy all of this. Last time I said I tried a few things, and I did. And I also tried the following, basically preparing something, like so, and then just copying it. And then we can use this and stamp it everywhere, basically. But sometimes things do get in the way. I think this would work quite nicely as a template for housing. But I have a few other plans here. Basically have to build everything manually, I think. Or most of the things at the least. I think this should be the inner side, and I think this is the wall that should face the road. I think that makes more sense. When it's diagonal, it doesn't quite work that well. Back to spread more propaganda? Well, I'm trying to build more housing, actually. Trying to plan something in this area already. Testing out the layout of high density, of maybe seeing if we can put something down that would be acceptable as housing for our citizens. I'm thinking of a road leading down this past these houses in a very narrow fashion. So when you drive into this area, it's gonna look different. It's gonna be just a bunch of housing facades. I will have to remove these. There's nothing else here. I gotta be really careful with the quick delete though. If I hit the tunnel, that would be disastrous. Couldn't sleep or didn't try? Oh, it's too early to sleep. I still have enough time before bed to attempt this. So sleeping is not the problem yet. Sleeping will be the problem later. Let's put it that way, I think. Okay. The tunnel will be getting in the way too, but I think that's okay. Let's see. So we'll have like, you drive through the tunnel and you come into this area, then you turn left and there should be town. I guess we could also have side roads coming through this, because there will probably be waste storage and other things over here, like the grocer, etc. will be in this area. I want this to be high density, but still look nice. I think to start out, I don't need that many buildings. I basically just need the heating plant. The road's gonna hit over here and then slope down in this area. Somewhere along here. Maybe a little bit further away. Maybe a little bit closer even. Go down this way and then turn over. Can there be a footpath through this? Yes. That's crazy. Can there be a footpath through this? Yes. Okay. So our road will go through here, doing a very sharp turn. Footpath here. But does this work? Yes. This does work. I mean, hooking up the house is gonna be a thing. This will basically be an asphalt road with sidewalks. And we'll probably hook these up alternating, so there's not a 100 like 10 crosswalks going on to this. I think that'll look better. And then on the back end we can have all of the footpaths hooking up to everything. Probably a pedestrian crossing here. Could move this closer to the houses. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. This housing area. We'll have to raise this a little bit more. to slope down here. I mean, maybe we can slope it down with the houses also slightly going down and down and down. So they are on the same height, they're a little bit lower, etc. I wonder if that could work. I mean, this is like ridiculous planning right now. We don't need the town to be that large. But if I don't plan it out, then I feel like we're going to not be able to set it up. Also, I want to see what it looks like when I drive first-person car through this. Okay, let's say we go down 4 meters. We'll have to have a little bit of a gap in between the houses. And then the road says it would work, but I mean it's like, it is San Francisco style ridiculous. Well, it's probably too steep. I don't know if we can do that. We might just have to use a slope. A more gradual slope. Or move the houses slightly further away from the road to give it more space. But this is a bit too much, I think. This is like driver 1 game kind of slopes to simulate San Francisco. So what if I move the houses slightly further apart to give it a little bit more space here? Maybe not the first ones, but maybe the second ones. I need an excavator here, so I can flatten the roads. I don't think we need the excavator here right now. Construction is already... I guess no, it does do the groundwork. It should stay here, I think. I guess I'll just buy another one. I could buy one from the west, which makes a lot of sense. Let's get a West German excavator to this area. And then try to do something with the roads. So if we're giving it a little bit of extra space here, we might be able to just flatten this that way. And then we'll get the last set of houses here on the ground. Okay, let's try to make it as narrow as possible then. And then the area down here would widen. Not necessarily housing, but I don't know. And behind the houses we would basically deal with everything, school, kindergarten, etc. away from the main road. So maybe a shopping center for each side. Maybe a smaller, a small shopping center here, a grocer here. School, kindergarten. Fire station will have to be on the road somewhere in the service area, which is the second level, I think, but probably down in the center, closer to the heating plant. The heating plant's gonna get its own fire station, so fire station for the town in the center here will be the correct choice. Doesn't necessarily have to be one without heating. I think we're gonna just pick the urban default one. So this is supposed to look organic but also grid-like, which is going to make it very difficult because I haven't mastered even organic yet. Different idea. That won't work. If I thought I could have a T-junction with a waste storage. Organic grids. Well, yeah, I mean, a beehive is a bunch of hexagons, but it is organic. So theoretically, so this is just conceptualizing what we're seeing here in the area. A waste storage for all of these residents. Not sure if they can all hook up to this. It's a bit far. Looking forward to the announced update that will allow roads and paths to be built as complete units regardless of intersections. Only footpath crossings, intersections will still play a role, but yes, it looks very good. Pedestrian crossings won't play a role anymore. Intersections still matter. Regular intersections you will still have to pay attention to those. This is the best. This is, I think, the right way. So yeah, if they can get that fixed, if they implement what they said they would, that will remove some of the fiddliness and be very nice for a lot of people, making the game more approachable, which is what we need. It definitely is not going to be casual, but more approachable sounds good. I should give notifications when the construction is done. It is already done, so on to the next road. Give me a notification when that one finishes. And then each of these, once I hook them up and set them up, because it will allow me to basically start the export route to the west when they are set up. I'm not sure about the widened path here, but yeah, I think I need to go lower before the edge hits, so I think this makes sense. I don't want four-way junctions, so I will put one over here. Then this area could be a monument facing the footpath, or maybe a tree. To be determined. This is not a good waste storage here because, well, we don't really have any space. So I think this one won't be necessary. There's going to be more houses on the outside. And then the inside will basically hold what the citizens need. We also will need a bus stop each. In the center, I think. I wonder if I could get footpaths to cross here. I'm gonna check that. This does hook up. I don't know where else to go back here. Let me test it on this side. Okay, we need to create a snapping point. Okay, it doesn't work. Doesn't work like that either. Does not want to play ball here. Now it does. Probably not enough space. Now it seems to be okay. Lots of fires happening now. So I wanted to see if maybe I could get a pedestrian crossing here. I think concrete is probably the right choice. No, there's no room. Unfortunate. Maybe a tunnel to get from one side to the other. I guess we could just omit this bus stop and maybe build one closer to this area if we still need one. This bus stop is going to hopefully cover most things in this area. Seems like it will. And we can also pick up workers and carry them down to the heating plant and any other facility. So there's a plan for robust bus infrastructure in the area. Maybe a small bus stop is not going to cut it though. Might need a bus platform. 400 workers versus 200. I'll go even larger. And then over here we'll have to get back to this road. The house is probably gonna move. We're just going to hook up like so, but into the road rather than the building. Wow, I did not expect to make that connection. It did not hook up to the correct spot again. Yeah, it's not creating a snapping point on the right, on the correct place here. About there-ish. I would just stick with the snapping to the grid. We could all be very happy, but then again, can't get past these. It is what it is, I guess. Also, the bus stop might have to be turned around, so the connections actually face towards the houses. Money is slowly coming in now that we're only taking construction materials from our US currency again. Yeah. There might be tunnels involved. Probably not. Probably not another house there. Excavators here. Does not want to flatten. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the houses are still in the way. I guess I will have to flatten the road before I build anything. This doesn't feel right at all. Nope. Definitely not. That is not the way to go. I guess we're gonna make it more we're going to make it simpler. Yeah, the bumps are not great. This is completely contrary to what I've been trying to do, which is build more organic and then just the residential buildings. A little bit grid-like. This is going to be Old Town, probably New Town with researched new buildings. I have another idea. We're just going to use a bridge. That means we will put this back to how it was. gonna use a probably stone bridge to get out of this area. So, the original idea. Tight housing in this upper area, all the way here, and then go down. Well, I must get back to work. I'll have to wait for the VOD to post to see the result of your flattening. Take good care. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is gonna take a long time before we get here because, well, we still have to get through the tunnel, but yeah. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I think this will be more of my speed. Our bridge heading down here. Single lane road all the way apparently. Well, 2-lane road, but 1 lane per direction, so this is not going to be the exit into a 2-lane road towards the customs house for sure. Hopefully it's not gonna be too busy. Okay. That gives us access to our waste storages in the area, which are way too many, I would say, but I guess I could remove this one and still be fine. But I don't know their range just now, so I placed them down without seeing that. And we don't have the houses connected yet, so it makes it even more difficult. Plus this area is also not connected yet. Yeah, the range is gonna be a topic. Range change to the waste storages. Okay, that would cover 3 houses, which is basically equivalent to this storage. Then this one would cover 3 houses, which is a little bit further apart, and I don't know if we still cover this one. Which means I guess we could put another waste storage here if we need to. This is so excessive. How far is the construction over here next to our oil setup? We do have all the gravel delivered, so we only have to wait for the bulldozer to finish its job, and then we can hook up the electric substation and start building the pump and the substation at the same time. During winter, which is also not ideal, but don't think we can get there in 2 weeks before the snow starts falling. Let's see. Small shopping center. Four different resources. Yeah, I mean that's fine. We had that previously too. I think this upper area doesn't really need the largest shopping center. And I might have one shopping center on either side here anyway. I also need to get used to the idea of just using my eyes to line up the buildings rather than relying on grid snapping for everything. Okay, the road is done. Let's work on these two after I hook up the electric substation with a dirt road. Maybe they can get there, but I doubt it. We could use workers locally. We can use these construction offices to bring some foreign workers to finish the construction task once it gets there. I really wish the placement would not be hindered by the roads. come on, no, it doesn't line up anymore. Kidding me. So it does not like houses that close. I mean, I guess we could. We don't necessarily have to build houses here. Would have been nice, but it is not a requirement. That also doesn't line up. Jesus Christ, game! I just want to get to the center point of this and have this be a nice grid. Wait a minute, is this also off center? Maybe a little bit. Alright, now it matches. Let's put it larger, but still flat shopping center here from the DLC. And then local warehouse. Looks about right. I don't think this factory connection will work, unfortunately. This would have been nice. But then again, I should probably look at the road connection and place it freely against the grid and not with grid snapping. The road connection for the warehouse and the shopping center shouldn't be necessary. But I guess in this case we can actually maybe make use of it. Also, I forgot about the forklift garage. I definitely want a forklift garage in there. I don't want the sellers to have to deal with stocking the shelves. That was not a good experience. So we will need, it's gonna be a bit tricky. We need a forklift garage that handles a warehouse and a freezer. I guess I can have the truck on the freezer directly. And then just the shopping center needs a road cargo station. And then maybe a road cargo station is necessary, maybe it isn't. The freezer definitely has enough parking spaces, but it doesn't need one. I am planning too much right now. Fuel, meat, construction of these two buildings, and probably a road cargo station. For the warehouse. So this is the shopping center of the area, only for up here. Okay, this is too much stuff. Too many intersections. This is not going to work out in our favor. I can't just hook this up anywhere here. I mean, there's not much traffic in this area. Most of them are just gonna go here. I guess I can just hook this up anywhere. It's just just for refueling the forklifts and bringing meat. So not that much traffic. And then if they want to do a right-hand turn, they have this, and if they want to do a left-hand turn, they will have to take the 90-degree corner. No roundabouts here. Definitely a cinema in the area. I believe. Is this the front? I can't tell. Probably. Probably this one is the front. This looks fancier. And yeah, footpath wise I shouldn't have to worry too much, since all of these roads are probably all gonna have a built-in footpath anyway. There will be a sports hall, which will cost a lot to build. There will be a clinic up here and a hospital somewhere down there. I don't want to build a hospital up here, I don't think. This will have to be handled by 1, maybe 2 clinics. Get our clinic set up. Have a footpath through here, if possible, for the shopping center. And the bus stop. So all of this side is covered. We don't have any access to the other side just yet. Except through the gravel road. I guess if I were to plan this as a asphalt road with street lamps, they seem to be all on the correct side. And then in this area, oh, second stream today, nice. Yeah, I felt like it. I wanted to continue. This needs footpaths. I hope it doesn't build the street lamp in the middle of the road. Feel like it might. And I just built in the way of the construction entrances here. So, unfortunately, our doctor's office will have to move. Because I still have a road connection to build. Does leave room for a clinic over here, in case we want it in this area, and I definitely do. It's going to be closer towards the road though, but that's okay. Now we're getting to the other side of the road. But yeah, it's a little bit awkward, so I think a tunnel will have to be built when we get here. How far is our other construction? I might have to go ahead and assign the workers locally. Still waiting on resource deliveries, but yes, I can probably assign these construction offices now. For this one, we're still doing groundworks after the delivery of concrete. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to get electricity in the area. I guess this area is going to be the green space one, because this is getting pretty cluttered already. I thought I flattened out a nice large area. But when the residential buildings start being placed, there's not much room left. So I think a tunnel network for the area is going to be a necessity, just so we can get across. And then on this side we'll have the same tunnel. And it will probably hook up in the same way as well. It does show us the footpaths now through the tunnel, and it looks like all of the housing on this side is now hooked up, whereas these two are not yet hooked up, but they don't have a footpath connection yet, and the path should be shorter. We'll just make a corner around here and get this hooked up. And over here there's not really that many space constraints, we can just follow the grid line. And this should basically hook everything up to the area. We'll have a cinema here, a sports hall in the area, I think. I haven't built those much, but they require fewer workers. And I think that's what I want in this area. We'll place that later. Yeah, I think this will be the entrance to the town. Not the large area of the settlement, but it'll be a start. We'll build like 2 houses probably. All of the shopping infrastructure, the cinema, the clinic. We'll need a bus stop, bus platform. We also still need a heat exchanger for the area. which will be hooked up to the road network over here. Once we figure out what other things we want to build over here. Definitely want the waste storages, but after the road for the waste storages we might have just a park area with maybe some additional outdoor sports facilities. I'm not yet certain what kind of areas we're basically building in that location. Why do you not want to hook up properly? Is it because of these snapping points now? Probably. Let's bulldoze more road. Nope, still the same. Maybe it's the footpath getting in the way. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe I'm just trying to make a four-way junction when a T-junction was fine and it probably had the same behavior on the other end. Actually, over here I had a corner. That's the first T-junction I'm trying to build. Yeah, this is not what I want. This will do. This looks fine. I don't know if the street lamps would fine though, the way I've been placing things all over the place. Seems okay. This, however, is not. Why? Why you do this? Am I off here? Seems about the same. This is not correct. This is slightly too far. And then over here, I just want the road to connect to this. I guess that'll work. And then over here we will have to remove the road again to make this the leading section of road. It's too short, but almost. So basically about here and then slightly curving inward. Same for this one. Now it's in a different direction. This will work. Alright. A fire in Krasna in the pub. We had like 3 or 4 fires. 3 or 4 fires recently. It's been a bit excessive. Got all the resources here. Let's send our buses out with construction equipment. Let's unassign the other construction vehicle offices. Actually, let's cancel it real quick and assign them again. Over here, we're still waiting on the groundworks to be done, which should be okay. After the pump check is done, we will relocate our current vehicle from this pump check, because this one is very slow. And then we can also bring workers to the other fire station and start the demolition of this. I think I'll start the demolition with the next truckload, basically, so we can remove all the oil and there's no hazardous waste that we have to remove. These vehicles definitely need repairs, and I'm going to force them to get some repairs done now by sending them into a depot over here. Don't have our repair station up yet, so that's the only way that they can get that. Still have to build the repair station. We could run it with foreign workers too. Basically send foreign workers to the bus stop and force the bus stop to go to the repair station and the fire station. So we would have some repairs locally, but right now I don't want to break these vehicles, so they should get repairs right now before they move into the village, and then they will last for a while longer until we can get everything set up and populated. This is quite far away from our initial settlement, so the fire safety is very important. Reconstruction is going to take forever if we don't pay attention to that, so better be careful. Construction of this should not take long, as long as we have 2 road cranes here and a few workers. Will be done quite quickly. You didn't get here in time. Wow. So even from the customs house down here is very slow during winter. I guess it is what it is. Snow will melt in less than a month anyway. And we'll see what we get. This waste storage is probably gonna go away. I think we have that in the air, in the I guess no, it's not gonna go away. It's just gonna turn to face the road as an endpoint, basically. That makes more sense. Then we can cover 2 houses. This one can't cover the rightmost house, but that's okay. And then these need a waste storage. This one can cover 1 house, and then we'll have an endpoint waste storage over here as well. And yes, these are the largest waste storages again, which I think will work fine for this. And the same thing probably over here. I don't know how it decides these connection points. Why it could be closer there but not here. It's a little bit of a mystery to me. Now there's definitely a snapping point here that we have to remove if we want to try again. But I can't really get any closer to this. Maybe if I forced it. No, it doesn't want to. we'll use that method to put it exactly on the middle. And same for this area. I can just follow the grid line here. We have enough space, and then this will match where the footpath is supposed to go. And over here we have to redo the road, but also, oh, I guess the snapping point is down here, but I will still redo the road up to here and then here, and that should give us the correct connection. I guess these are too narrow. Never mind then. Were those able to hold? Yes. Yes, they are. But can I get a bridge across? No. The building's in the way. Won't let me. What about steel? Still in the way, so maybe a tunnel, but I think a tunnel will be too wide. Actually, a tunnel does work. It doesn't automatically connect the footpath, but we can make that work. Excellent. So we do have a tunnel here now. Cool. We can basically have catacombs, like in France and Paris, connecting different parts of town, but actually survivable for people to walk through that. Because they are sideways, I can't really hook them up to the other tunnel network, except in a very strange way, so not possible. I think this town is also gonna have a subway or maybe a tram, I don't know yet. Okay, construction train was waiting a bit. How's the construction going? 42 days, maybe a few more workers, if you can get here in time. Foreign workers have a lot of time. I hope our fire station has everything covered. Yes. But we should probably get a snowplow. I think a snowplow will be important. Subway, yeah. Subway is probably going to have to happen since we are somewhat rail focused. Yeah, I think all of this area is not necessary for plowing snow. We will just remove all of that. So... ah, damn it, you just left. Okay, we'll wait a little bit. Again. Let's get a snowplow. Another KAZ. We can just afford that. We saved up enough money. Hooray. Also, this will be our technical service for water and sewage in the beginning. And I guess we also need one for waste, but yeah. We still have to build the technical service in the area. I will restrict snowplowing tasks into this area for now. Basically, no snowplow allowed to leave. Keep everything in place. This should finish the construction. Why is there only one road crane though? I'm a little bit confused by that. This one is still standing around. Anyway, assignment You haven't assigned yourself here for some reason. Because, well, I didn't assign you there because I wanted the groundwork to be done first. Just forgot about it. Okay, the truck should be heading back here to get the oil. I will demolish it while the truck is inside, which should create no hazardous waste, I assume. I guess not. I guess we will tell you to go to the next stop and then demolish. No hazardous waste, excellent. And the demolition office is still selectable from here, which is great. So, your new task will be to go into the vehicle depot, and from there we will create a new line, which will consist of going to the high volume pump jack over here, pumping out oil, and going to the customs house. And I know this is going to be way too much, so I will get another truck, and then we will slowly add trucks until only one of them is at the pump jack. I don't want to have too many. I think 3 trucks at minimum. This is somewhat long distance. I think 3 trucks will be possible. It's probably gonna need 4 or 5. If I had to take a guess. The other thing we will do is relocate the fire engines to the other fire station for now. And then check our microbuses if they have been repaired. One of the microbuses probably ended up in the repair station with the way I sent it back home. With the benefit of it getting some repairs, it looks like. The other one has not been repaired yet, so we will enable that. And once they're both done, we can send them both out. I will also increase the amount of workers in here, because there are more vehicles that should be getting repairs now, and they're currently not. And I will also save up money to buy another truck to send out to repair vehicles. Okay, so you are not on a line anymore because that reset when you glitched into the vehicle repair station, but that's fine. On this side, we can redo the route. A new fire station. Remove the road depot. 50% workers again. We're gonna up that to 100 because of this. Actually, no, 50%. Actually, 50% is fine. We need another microbus basically. This one is our vehicle to be repaired. This one is the vehicle that has been repaired as much as possible. Build towards the repair station, please. We are out of ruble, which is, well, unfortunate because I don't have a... Well, we are gaining money in ruble. It's our lumber export basically, so presumably our truck will get a bit extra money. I'll send another truck to the east, just so we can gain the money necessary to actually construct the remaining building, which will need foreign workers. So increase the amount of money being generated by lumber exports a bit until we have everything in place here. 20 more work days, 11 domestic workers. Sounds good. Fire engines are available. There's a truck refueling from the road depot, because we don't have any electricity. or we had no electricity when it arrived, and it thus decided to go to a different area. So the route that I generated or created, we will rename, and the area here is called Colata. So Colata oil export east, creating that as a custom route. We'll set the other two vehicles to it. Next goal will be to get electricity up and running, which it has. Get the oil tankers on the path. See how many we need. Guess something is still missing. Power of our power supply. Did I make a connection mistake? So we have electricity here going through this power line. Maybe I missed a connection point somewhere, but that should be easy to fix. Because this doesn't have electricity, so there's something not correct with the wire. Let's take a look. It is connected here. It's not complaining. I might have disconnected it somewhere. Probably next to the roads, maybe, where I tried to be fancy. This one looks hideous. Oh my god, I have to redo this one. This should be connected. I might be missing something. Well, I'm out of money right now, which is one thing. I guess we'll leave this. I will replace this at some point with a transformer. The wire is what it is right now. The electricity might just... yeah, the electricity is hooked up. Okay, it's just the money right now. And yeah, the oil is flowing, and not very slowly, which is good. Because we do have 3 trucks that want to drink. So next up, we need to build the road connection to the bus stop, the repair station, and then we'll hook up our microbuses to send workers to the bus stop instead. Which we then can also use to run the repair station, making sure that the vehicles in this area get some repairs. I think it might be time to look at our buildings in the area here, see if they might need maintenance soon. A small clinic needs maintenance, and it is currently undergoing that. And there's a lot of buildings that will need that in the near future. So I won't relocate the second small construction office over to Colata. We will do that a little bit later. For all the maintenance tasks happening right now. And me taking the construction offices on a long trip into this area will slow things down anyway. I told it to wait until unloaded. Oh, at the other gas station, right. Well, the other gas station is not going to empty out anymore. And that basically means that this vehicle is always running back and forth. Because it doesn't care about a gas station that doesn't have electricity in it. This has been demolished. We'll leave the... I guess I don't know. I was thinking of removing everything. We'll do that later. We'll leave the gas station up for now. If our construction office can reach over there to maintain it, I guess it can stay. Yes, it can reach over there, even to the pump jack basically. But I'm mostly concerned about the electric connection over there and the gas station. So this area is ripe for an industry basically. I don't know if there's anything else in this area. When I last checked there was like a very faint wane of coal here too. But I don't think that's gonna be... Well, a coal mine is still a coal mine. And this is very easily accessible here. This shouldn't be too bad. But we don't have a high density residential area planned for this, so I don't think we're going to hook up the coal mine in that location. That would be a bit overkill. I think 3 trucks is exactly right. Always making sure 1 truck is inside and loading. Maybe a 4th one, depending on how fast the other truck comes back. I will not care about winter slowing things down a little bit. I will not put trucks in here to deal with the throughput issues in winter. Because the price is affected by excessive exports, and I basically just want a source of income here that deals with our ruble issues. And the oil should do that nicely. Until we hook it up and also export it to the west in the future. Road has been built. Next one, bus stop. Not having large construction vehicles is a little bit annoying, but I think we can manage. Is the other vehicle repaired? Yes. 0% wear and tear. So the repair is done. And that should give us a continuous stream of workers here. Maybe 50% is still fine. Maybe it's not as far as I thought it was. Yeah, 50% should be fine. We also want to resume the construction of this gas station. And then we'll slowly build towards the power connection to provide electricity to our area here. And make sure that we can run all of the facilities that we have already built. Heating plant will come last. So I have to see, once this truck leaves, does the other truck arrive before this one runs full on oil? And I believe the answer to that might be yes. But if it isn't, then we will get another one. It's already pretty close, so 3 trucks seem to be the correct choice. Okay, that is alright then. I don't know if this name is going to be called Hellas, but I guess we're going to stick with it. It's a nice and short name. It's going to be so... I haven't built high density in a long time. When I first started sticking buildings very close together, it felt kind of weird, and I haven't done it in a while. I hope this looks nice. Coming down the tunnel right into town with the residential buildings surrounding the road. My hope is that it's going to look, well, great pretty much. But I guess we're going to find out. We could already start with the construction of the infrastructure because it's not going to deteriorate. So we could basically pause all the houses. And run the construction. I guess the underground footpath entrances do need maintenance. And then again, I might also change my mind about things, but I'm pretty certain this is how it's going to look. But yeah, there should be no building construction right now, not even the waste storages, I don't think. But once the tunnel is done, they could build the roads pretty much. That would be acceptable. and the tunnels. And then we'll start setting up the houses as money allows. Get the shopping center in, a pub, a cinema, a sports hall. Slowly develop the area. Looks like that truck might actually not make it. So maybe 3 trucks isn't enough. Maybe I do need the 4th one. It's gonna be... We're not gonna buy a 4th truck, this is minimal at best. And it did still get here in time, so that's fine. Work days. Are the excavators up here set to work at 3-kilometer distance? Yes, they are. And I should set this to only deliver mechanisms by vehicle, otherwise they're going to take a very long time to drive around. But yeah, it's going to be the correct choice to get the repair station up next. And the gas station is maybe not necessary because of the free gas station, but whatever. I want to make sure that the fuel truck doesn't drive around all the time. And we can start relocating the fuel from the other gas station into the new one. I think I'm just gonna flatten everything in this area. Take down the fire station before it needs maintenance, start removing everything, get the fuel out of the gas station, and once that is done we can remove the rest. Clean up the mess before we move on. So we should see a nice bit of income now on the eastern border, I believe. If I check my export for this year, oil, it's made more than the boards have made. If I check for all time, it's gonna catch up quickly with boards. I need to remove one of the vehicles from the boards export again. I don't want to have 2 of them running that. 1 is enough. I guess now that I have the oil export, I could just tell them all to go into storage. And just rely on the oil exports, keeping the boards to the western border. Which is what I will do. Boards and oil should be better export goods to the west. I think oil is more profitable. And I need some money. Plus, getting it exported to the west from Kolata is a little bit too far. So, we are going to stick with that. I still have to build this road though as a bypass road, making it easier for our fire station to get to the to an emergency. I'll have to flatten this when the excavator isn't busy. I'm not sure where it is right now. Probably getting carried to any construction task really, but I don't know which one. Medium voltage wire. Maybe it's just too far away. That could be the other reason. So just put a road cargo station here and drive over the vehicles. Drive the vehicles over. Drive over the vehicles. That's like German English. That's like completely the opposite to correct English. Drive the vehicles over would be correct. Actually, that was a construction office, wasn't it? And yeah, our rail line is also still being built. Slowly getting to the point where we might get an EDK. You think the same at that moment? Yeah. Like, the German word overtake, überholen. To overtake, to take over. Like, some people in Germany some people in German, when they say they want to take over your task, the German word for that is übernehmen, and they translate it to overtake. Because über means over and take means nehmen, so take over and overtake are a point of contention in that regard. Okay, still waiting for the excavator, which is... I didn't load those vehicles onto a truck, but it's fine. %81% quality source is fairly nice. I don't think the fuel price is going to become an issue soon, and if it is, there's more oil here, so if the fuel price goes up, the oil price does too, and we can compensate for it, but it should stay fairly low. Maybe I should have exported all the fuel before I started kicking this in, but yeah. We're not running a trading nation. That is maybe a different challenge. Continue with the roads. Remove this road, turn this into only one construction task. Can pause that one for now. So, organic grid, like, how do you describe that? You want to make something that follows a pattern? I guess pattern is maybe the correct term, not organic grid. I want to create a pattern. I don't want to build loosely. I want to follow a pattern, but the pattern should be organic, but also following, yeah, as I said, some predefined lines. I don't think we will be able to afford an EDK, but the oil is definitely trying to make that happen. How much money do we need? Maybe we can find a used EDK. Not right now. Also, it's going to be way too expensive, so if we see it, I guess. Oh god, this customs house is too short for an EDK. But we can get a tunnel boring machine in another rail construction vehicle, I guess. So no EDK on this one. It has to be a very large customs house for us to get one. And it does not look like we will get an EDK anytime soon. We will have to get all the way over here with our existing rail construction equipment. Or the other option is to build another settlement here and build the train tracks with the EDK all the way over here. And for that we will need a solid source of income on the eastern border. Which can be anything other than wood-based products, oil. Those are better on the west. Just clothing could be basically a source of income if we turn that only to the east and find other goods for the west. Wouldn't be the worst thing to do. Right, construction offices can now also build the repair station. And I guess the local construction offices can finish this one. Which means the local one, singular. Our excavator has arrived, which means I can now build this road. I don't like that. I'm going to flatten this back down, and we're going to lower the terrain over here instead. So I have to move the road closer to this for that to work. This is a little bit wobbly again. This will do. And then over here we just connect into this road. Unassign that task from everyone again and only get the large construction office vehicles to build that. Doesn't make sense to send a 3-ton gravel truck to build this. That would be a bit ridiculous. And yeah, this should give the fire truck a little bit more pace to get to the oil well, should it catch fire. This area basically going to be flattened out a little bit and turned into our electric import with a switch, transformer, and then we just hook it in here. Remove this wire again. In the future, not right now. When we want to expand away from this, basically. Right now the wire is going to be fine. We're not going to have that much consumption of electricity in the area anyway. So there's no problem. I do wonder if I should get another microbus, and I think I will do that. I think the 2 microbuses are working nicely, but there's a little bit of a gap where I believe there should be another truck or another bus arriving, making sure that if something happens, we're prepared. This looks like an airfield from far away. I hope it works out. I guess we're gonna see. Tunnel down to almost 14,000. We still are not bringing more workers to it. However, the population did go over 1,400, which it hasn't done before, I don't think. So we always went up, backwards and forwards during winter, and now we finally went over 1,400. I think the boost in loyalty probably helped reduce the amount of escapes, if I had to take a guess. Yeah, I think we are getting fewer escapes now. It's hard to judge, I guess. Last year we had 33. I think we had a secret police back then. Maybe I'm significantly overestimating how fast the time is progressing. 33 the year before that, 33. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going by monthly. That's not what I wanted to do. I basically wanted to go this year. Yeah, I want to go yearly. Oh, you can use the shift key to toggle this. Alright, so last year. 33 escapes. This is awkward. 57, so definitely went down. 93. I think we're doing better now, basically. Having a slight bit of an edge on our population growth. It's probably time to refill the construction office over here. Let's get the Mars bus first. Maybe I can just get Western vehicles now, even for our maintenance offices. Ah, that would be... They are still too expensive to just go willy-nilly with them. But the price with rubles is catching up. I think the cheapest option is still the best in this case. Small cover. Okay, we are out of money. Those vehicles are starting to become expensive. I'll have to slowly add back to the fleet of vehicles in this area. And then we also have to buy vehicles for the other construction office over in Kolata. But only once maintenance becomes an issue for the construction office itself, which isn't going to be for a while. This is a construction office. Why is there a microbus in here? Because I ordered it. Where are my microbuses? There they are. Right. Get our free vehicle depot. Didn't want to flatten the terrain, but I guess it did happen. We will assign the microbus to the road depot. And then we can assign it to the line from there and start it. That should provide adequate fire safety for the area. And the road optimization will help make sure that the pump jack probably doesn't burn down. Notwithstanding the time during winter, but we'll see about that. Oh, I called this one Kira Shu. It's Kira Rush Peak, not Kira Shu. I misread that one too. Okay. Well, it's been 11 years already in game, and we have built basically one settlement. And working on a second one. This map is difficult. I really like it. Starting with low money makes everything a little bit slow though. I think I should probably build one more house. I am risking the wrath of the heating plant though. Speaking of heating plant, I don't think I've placed the heat exchanger yet, which I wanted to do. I think we can use the road connection over here to achieve that. Just have it very close. And the gravel road. And then the heating pipe would go through here. I wonder how deep you can put a heating pipe and if it affects the heat loss. I think I've already asked that question once, but I don't remember if we found any result from that. I don't think we did. Heating plant. Basically here. What elevation do we have in this area? 4.7. And this is 4.4, which is basically the same. So if we just flatten this hill, we're gonna be connected. It's like slicing through Play-Doh. One excavator is not gonna cut it here. We will have to continue relying on our bulldozers. But some of them are refueling right now. I'll try it a little bit longer. Maybe the other ones can go and refuel as well. And if it stops moving, then we know they're all gone for now. Supposedly there's still two bulldozers active, and things are still happening. I think I'll wait. But yeah, this will allow us to move the heating pipes through here into a heat pumping station and then distribute it from the central point in this area to the town. Which I think from this area we should be able to get anywhere, yeah. And maybe this will become a tourist town. Tourist town, food production, alcohol production might be a possibility. There is an open area up here, and we can probably slope the terrain to the point where it doesn't hinder any farm placements, any field placements. Thankfully, the repair station is very cheap. Price went down a little bit, it looks like. I'm not getting near 1,000 anymore. But we are also exporting 3 times the amount than we did previously. I think once we get a rail line here, we can go a little bit wild. But we do have to get tanker cars from an eastern customs house. They are not available on the west, it looks like. Bus stop is available. Anyone here goes to the fire station, and our bus route will go to the bus stop instead of the fire station directly. And then we can manage the workers from the bus stop to also go into the repair station as soon as we supply a vehicle to it. Isn't this like the 5th pandemic that we have had? Significant pandemic, probably the 3rd or 4th one only, but I feel like the game is throwing these significant pandemics in our way. We don't have that high of a population density, so I guess it's not too much of a problem, as long as our clinic is staffed. Looks like our party HQ finally caught up, and we can lower that back down to 1515. Seems like that's fine. I want to get a distribution office. This is already tough. I think with the shopping center planned here, I think this will work. We have our shopping center, our forklift garage connecting a meat storage, which can hold a refrigerated truck at any point, and also have another second loading station, plus a local warehouse for not just food and clothing and electronics, but we could also store alcohol in here and then have a local distribution route between this and a pub. But yeah, this one also hooks up into a road cargo station over here, which comparatively is quite large. But what can you do? I think this is probably the best way we fit that in here, leaving a bit of green space, I guess. Maybe the extra workers that we get, maybe they can help finishing the tunnel. Maybe they can just earn money in existing facilities like our clothing factory that still needs more workers. The clothing store is not piling up at all. It is starting to grow a little bit inside our domestic storage though. I also have to replant some trees again, I think. Just I just have a feeling that I might need to replant some trees. I want to get through that tunnel, build the technical university, and just throw a research point. I want to do the research towards automatic tree replanting before I want to do the research towards prefab panel production. It's come that far. The first research is going to be the automatic tree replanting. I might turn all of this area into a logging area, just building more and more woodcutting posts. Because all they need is electricity and a gas station, basically. You don't need to handle their waste if you don't want to. Well, no, actually, the internal waste... I guess this is a trash can icon. Doesn't this overflow? And then generate waste if we don't pick it up? I don't know. So I guess it might need electricity and waste handling. But even water won't be necessary. Only the sawmill really needs water to be as efficient as possible in our case. Boxcar? No need. What's your situation? Why? Oh, you're a construction office vehicle. I thought you were that vehicle. I also have to get a vehicle into a dedicated construction material storage because sometimes we don't have materials in here. And I should probably have a storage where I always move construction materials into. Which I will have to do with a road cargo station, but that's also not a problem. It has 4 vehicle spaces and we have 4 construction materials. And we can set the limit based on the percentage setting in the building. Reconstruction happening, which will lower the efficiency of our party HQ, but that should be okay. Also, they have to redo the football playground because it is a little bit worn. Yeah, the more workers we get, the better. We already have facilities for them. Should not be a problem for them to find a workplace. We have 0% unemployment after all. Did I not get vehicles for... Oh no, I bought them for the other town. I did get them for our second construction office over here. So we still need a dumper, open hull, covered hull, and a crane. Well, we can buy 1 vehicle right now. And it's probably going to be the open hull since at least it will get some things done. The dumper truck might not be necessary right now. Especially low capacity. It will be useful during some maintenance tasks, but in general the dump truck is probably going to be the least important for maintenance. Unless you had a significant fire and you desperately need gravel to make sure the building doesn't collapse, to rework the foundation a little bit. Okay, building construction of the vehicle repair station in Kolata has progressed to the next and last construction phase, which is just pouring concrete. All materials in the current phase are all those that we need. And then I guess I'll save up the money for a covered hull truck for the repair station, which I don't think we will need, except for the still to be built technical service. But every other vehicle here is a line. I guess the fire station technically isn't. Okay, we will need a vehicle to repair our equipment. I might at some point replace one of the fire trucks too, but not right now. Are we building towards the electric substation? We have the wire in place. We still have 2 road segments, then the substation, and then we can use the gas station in the area. For now, however, I can set up this truck to load the gas from here and bring it to the new gas station. While we still have electricity in the area. And then you wait at the free gas station until that one is empty. Actually, no, you're just going to transfer all of the fuel right now. No more customs house, no more other task. Let me restart the music. I forgot to set the loop setting. I'm going to transfer all of that fuel, and once it's done, we can put you back on your normal route. Construction materials are coming in, still need a bit of steel, concrete, and we're ready. Without electricity, this is a little bit slow and I don't think anyone can load on it. But yes, I would like to transfer everything and then tear this whole area down. Including I think the gas station. I think the new gas station will have everything covered. Well, it's likely. I would rather build another gas station over here, I think, than have one in this area. This will probably be designed to become a farm. But it might also get in a settlement at that point, because the fire truck from here getting to the farm is a little bit risky for me. Don't like that prospect. Oh, price went up again. We're getting over 1,000 now in US dollars, 970 rubles. So the oil price seems to be going up a little bit. If we check this here, should be noticeable. Yep, there are some spikes making it go up. Compared to the start, it is slightly higher than it was at the beginning. Now that most construction projects are done, we are seeing good income on the western border. And the eastern border is also making money. But we do still have to spend money for maintenance, etc. So let's not get overconfident. I do like seeing both numbers go up though. Even if we do have loans, that is the correct situation to be in. One more delivery of concrete, and then we'll have our repair station ready for construction. Just assign it, get a vehicle. Yeah, and get many vehicles into the repair station to supply it with materials. I guess we only need one truck. The same setup that I used for the other one. I can basically copy the line and just change the... I guess I need to copy it manually. I can't say you are now this stop with the same settings. I have to go ahead and copy the settings, but if it works for our existing repair station, then we can just reuse that one. And it appears to be true. Mechanical components are running out first and the other materials are always present for repair with the current setting. I think this is okay. Could increase the mechanical components a little bit probably. Should I do that? I didn't set the percentages right. 40, 25. Let's put that down to 30 and increase mechanical components to 30. And then we have 5% more, so this way. Almost 2 tons on mechanical components. And yeah, the electronics. Oh, I did miscalculate again. I forgot about the other 5%. 35, 60. Wait a minute. 20, 30, 50, 55, 85, 90. It's missing 10. Okay, that's a little bit too low on the electronics, so 25, 35, 35. So 1.05 tons for plastics and electronics, 0.4 for fabric, because it is used very little. I guess I should also change that in the truck at some point. Oh, it's not moving, I paused it. Advanced configuration of the vehicle. Fabric 0. Well, it is at the lowest setting, so we can't have any less than that. It is what it is. 0.9, 0.9, 2.7. It's probably okay that way. Not sure why I made a change to a system that was working, but what's the worst that could happen, right? Seems like our lumber area is still working fine. But the amount of trees to be picked up... Okay, it's going to run out fairly soon. Oh well. So I do need a large cover towel truck to supply the repair station with its repair materials. Then at some point I will need a small repair truck for the building itself. And that should be about it. Finally. Okay, never mind, there was a different road. I thought we were gonna finish that construction, but we're still waiting on the delivery. And it's being done by a very slow truck. Seems like everything is working well. Once the first fire hits us, I guess we're gonna find out if the distance is too much or not. It shouldn't be. There's not really any traffic in the area. We have one snowplow who's basically going to take care of all of this area. I believe this to be okay. Krasna, residential building. There we go. Repair station. Send some workers here. If you drop them with the microbus, maybe we can finish it a little bit faster. Okay, in the meantime, Krasna repair materials. We will copy this, just so I have an overview of the settings that I need to do. Then we'll add everything after the fact. So we unload everything and then only wait for the mechanical components to be unloaded. Alright, so customs house and 2 times repair station. Unload anything with no setting whatsoever. Load at the customs house. Plastics, mechanical components, electronics and fabric. And here we'll wait until unloaded for mechanical components. And then the last bit is basically just what the vehicle is set to. And that should be easy because it's basically almost 1 ton for plastics and electronics. The lowest setting for fabric, and then 2.7 tons I think it was for mechanical components. So fabric, lowest setting. Mechanical components I think was 2.7. Electronic components 3 clicks, plastics 4 clicks. That should be it. I believe. Collect our repair materials, which should match with our existing line description. Collect repair materials, Corasna repair materials. Yep, that is correct. Go ahead. And then we'll just bring workers here. At most 2 workers, no repair cancel. Search radius 3 kilometers. They also need repairs. Badly. Gas station is almost empty. I think it's time to demolish the fire station. We're out of money, so no electricity on the eastern side right now. But the oil truck should handle that. I believe in it. If this is going to stay the way it is, then each currency seems to be self-sufficient right now. Like, basically, they're not connected right now. I think I deactivated the board exports, which might have been a mistake, but we'll see. If we didn't import a vehicle, it would have been profitable, so it's probably not true that we are running into issues right now. But then again, we are also importing repair materials, which is costly. The next truckload should allow this to wait. I don't know how much money we spent on the truck, the cargo of the truck, but let's hope it's fine. I guess I'm bringing it directly into the repair station for now, because the road cargo station hasn't been built yet. Did I not? Oh my god. Did I really? Oh no. Everything is fine. I almost missed the factory connection. I made it so narrow that it was hard to see. Everything is fine. The fuel is empty. Instead of the gas station, you're going to pick up from... Sorry. We don't have a route yet, okay. We're going to pick up from the customs house. We're going to distribute it into this one, I guess. That needs to be... Yeah, I guess we don't have a waiting station for you right now, so... Let's do that. And get rid of this building too. Let me try something. Let's see if Control Bulldoze deletes this without complaining. Yep. Works like a charm. Could be a problem if there's waste in there, but so far it seems to be okay. Get the roads removed. Cancel the demolition and get the roads done first. And then we also don't need the electric substation anymore. basically just gonna remove everything. Up to the corner, I guess. Guess we could leave this short section here. Or leave this one. That doesn't matter. We can remove that in time with a free demolition office from the area of Colata instead. Without micromanaging it. We're out of money again. For a while already. So looks like the imports were quite expensive. Hopefully, okay, the truck is trying again. We don't have the money for it right now. We need to resume board exports. At least once. Until we have the repair materials on site. So please grab one load of boards each for about 1,000, and hopefully that will allow us to resume the oil exports, which are currently on hold. Okay, last road construction for the substation. And then we'll have electricity in the area and can slowly get rid of the free gas station. Probably by just unassigning it to be refueled, and we don't really have to move any fuel over. I hope we have enough lumber to fill those trucks quickly. Train is also almost full. Waiting for more trees to grow. Well, we'll just have to wait for the trees to grow back, so that all logging camps can help harvesting them. Didn't make enough of a profit last month. Loan repayment 13,300. Only made 9,800 in profit. A bit short. But overall, still okay. We have a decent amount of money inside our bank account from that loan. I don't see a need right now to pay any back. I'd rather have a little bit of a safety net. I should also probably just take out a loan in rubles just to make sure our industry keeps running. Otherwise we're not going to get any oil exports going, and I think it's definitely worth it to just make sure this stays on and keeps running. Also, it'll make sure that the truck probably gets the materials it still needs and stops driving around wasting fuel. But yeah, once these facilities are in place, I guess it's probably time to start planning the rest of our area down here. We have our shopping area, small grocer, small store. We have a heating plant. We are lacking the culture building. We are lacking... Are we lacking? No, we're not lacking a sports facility. This might be enough for all of these houses. And if it isn't, I would just make another outdoor sports facility. I don't really want to get them to get sport during the winter. I don't care that much. Like, if there's enough people here to make sure that the fire station's lights stay on, then I'm fine with it. If not, then we will make an adjustment. They won't get a secret police, they will basically get nothing. We might have a situation where some of them might move into the Hall of Residence to get a university education and then realize that they don't have the loyalty for it. Because never mind. Our students don't have a loyalty requirement. Anyone can get an education. So no, that will work fine. That is okay. Maintenance of that party HQ is done, so the building is operating at normal efficiency again, and anyone does get an education in time without problem. Below 14,000 work days. We started at, what was it, 25,000, 27,000? Or was it only 24,000? But we have come quite a way with the digging of the tunnel. Still a ways to go. It's like a progress bar. Almost halfway. How much in loans do you currently have in total? 750,000 US dollars and 10,000 rubles were the loans that I took out. We're down to 583,000 US dollars and a very small amount in rubles. Just to make sure we can keep running our oil exports and get the repair materials in place. So not too many loans, but still had to take some, otherwise we would be stuck there looking at our clothing factory for a long time, and I didn't want to do that. The bulldozers here. We still need the vehicle to bring the repair material, and then the bulldozer should get repaired. Also, this town might take care of a scrapyard, small scrapyard maybe. Not for trains, but like just the basic vehicles that we have. And it might not even turn them into individual components, although it's very likely that I will set that flag. But it might not have enough, they might not have enough workers to make that a surefire thing. Okay, customs house. Bringing fuel again. Still waiting on 10 tons of gravel being delivered with the slowest vehicle ever. It's not the slowest vehicle, but it feels like it, because it's used so frequently. I should probably get these out of the construction office. But then again, I'm not building that much, that far away usually. Yeah, demolition will just progress. Oh, it automatically assigned the demolition of the next building after the road demolition was done. That's very cool. And here we go. Construction office 3. Okay, first these vehicles. Makes sense. No worker right now. All of them went into the fire station. Let's increase the amount of workers we get from the customs house up to 100% to get some workers for everything. And then say that the repair station has priority because it's only 2 workers. One vehicle inside. Repair truck headed back. A little bit too early, unfortunately. Hopefully with the 3 microbuses we're fine. So now the vehicle starts and their shift is almost over. 1 hour left. And there's the next microbus. Coal price going up. Coal price going up has me scared. I still remember the time when we had to pay 400 rubles per ton of coal. But right now it's not. We're still very low, so the truck headed back. And it's going back out. There are workers heading in there now, so you should be able to perform some repairs. And you are. Let me check the vehicles and their maintenance all across the map. 3 bulldozers, over 50%, which are the ones situated over here. These ones need repairs desperately. Rail construction, doing its thing in the meantime. Come a long way, but we still have a ways to go. But we're not gonna get an EDK, that's for sure. Tunnel boring machine is possible though. But the main point of all of this was getting waste containers, which we can buy and hook up to our trains to make sure we can export waste from the mine directly with the train itself rather than driving it to the customs house. Especially when the mine gets more workers at some point from this residential area with a cable car, a cableway station, a bunch of cableway cars heading up here. Should supply a bunch of workers, a ton of workers. Okay, we'll increase the amount of workers in the small store to 8, doubling the capacity. Meaning less waiting time. Or no waiting time, I should say. Loyalty at 34. Crime. Okay. We are having prisoners basically escaping from prison without issue because the amount of warders was way too low. So hopefully that has remedied that situation. And escapes will be a thing of the past as soon as workers start walking to the building. I have not set the prison as a destination for workers, so I might just have to either set it or free up the assignments from every other building and see how it turns out. Main concern here is still the amount of highly educated workers that could go into other workplaces, but I think all of the highly educated workplaces are already filled, so let's go ahead and unassign everything. We will then make sure that at least one building is assigned to the bus stop. Probably multiple, but bus stop. Grocery store I will keep assigned, I think. So grocery store and bus stop, and bus stop. And the rest of the buildings can do whatever they want. It gives us walking access from here to many areas. And you also can reach 2 buildings. Yeah, should be fine. Much better. But the downside, of course, now is that we will have fewer workers going into our factories. Because they basically make sure everything is staffed first before they do go to the bus stop. Except for the buildings that are assigned to the bus stop directly. But yeah, those buildings should be staffed. I don't want to cause any crime wave here, so make sure the prison stays staffed and we stop having escapes. Last but not least, electric substation. We will build that with the local construction officers because it doesn't take that many materials. The dump truck will have to drive twice to get the gravel and asphalt, but other than that, should be okay. Road cargo station for repair materials. Okay. The trucks drove out when the fire struck, even though we still had mechanical components and steel inside, so works as intended. This area is going to be really expensive, especially because of the whole street lamps. I'll also take a little bit longer to build. But I do want the footpaths. The footpaths will have to happen this time. Population still going up. Very nice. Maybe another residential building. Just another 50. Another 50 workers maybe? Sure, why not? More workers would mean more profit. And right now I've sent most of the workers away from the bus stop. The furthest building should go to the bus stop. Send all the workers there. And you also send everyone to the bus stop. It will reduce the amount of workers we have in the area. But I don't want to start having to take out another loan, so we just have to make sure that all of the other buildings get all the workforce they need, with us being able to run all of our industry buildings. The prison being the main concern right now. Yeah, let's just build one extra residential building, even though we still have plenty of flats free. And by plenty I mean like about 60. The extra building will be good. I don't know if your population decides on population growth based on the amount of available flats. From my experience, they definitely do not care about that. But it might have changed at some point. We're still waiting for repairs. And the repair hasn't triggered yet. We're still repairing that one. Guess we don't have a consistent supply of workers here with the bus route that we have, so the repair truck does get confused. I will change that. I will edit this route at the bus stop again. And we will set it to unload 50% of the workers directly. And then unload the rest as a transfer. Which means they will stand around a bit before they go to a workplace. And that should spread out the workforce a little bit to the point where they probably supply the buildings a little bit more efficiently. Although for the repair station it probably doesn't matter. Also this needs drinking water, which I haven't supplied yet. I have not thought about, well, I have thought about building it, but I have not put it down yet. Water in the area is over there. There's a hill in the way, so sewage pipe probably going to head that away. But in our case, all we need is a water substation and a sewage tank for now. And the sewage pipe is something for the future. Okay, 2 more deliveries from the old mile truck and we'll have all the materials we need. A few foreign workers. And then we'll have electricity. Well, there is a worker here, but it's complaining about no resources. Which is incorrect. Oh, it is correct. I forgot the steel truck. You are going to handle steel deliveries. Why did I say it was incorrect? It was absolutely correct. Getting steel right now might be a bit expensive though. You can also go into the road cargo station. The road cargo station isn't done yet. Having the vehicles wait here will reduce the amount of space for vehicles to get repaired down to one slot. But the amount of vehicles is quite low anyway, so should not be a problem. But yeah, repairs weren't continuing because we were missing materials. Let's hope the steel is not too expensive. 13 tons divided by 2 is 6,500 if the price of steel is 500 per ton. I think it's less than that, at least last I checked. Might have already changed, of course. So we might have 800 rubles, or now 600 rubles left. Oh, we have 1,000 left, even better. Because well, there was an oil export going on at the same time. We do have another lake, Rispish Lake, yeah. The one that I could not pronounce. This is the heating plant area, planned for this area. I did stop at some point flattening this out, so now that the bulldozer should probably be all refueled, let's give it another attempt to breach through the hill. No problem. And yeah, we'll lay the heating pipes through here into a first heat pumping station. And from there we can plan the distribution towards town. I don't know where it's going to be yet. One heat pumping station, bringing the heating up to our heat exchanger. This one has a capacity of 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. Maybe this is half the capacity of the heat exchanger currently, maybe slightly more. So we do have a little bit of capacity left, but this heat exchanger is basically dealing with everything over here. And I think this area might get its own heat exchanger. This area dealing with an area down here, and then this area will get another one. We'll just have to consider where the residential buildings are, where our university is, because these ones will take a lot of heating. Substation is being built. I could send workers here from the bus stop, but that's fine. One repair task done, next one started. I will relocate the bulldozers closer. waste trucks are going to be pretty busy removing all of this. So let's just let them do their thing. But yeah, I'll feel better having everything removed in that area. Because even though it could have made a profit with one truck, I don't know. Somehow I felt the need to demolish all of that. And basically open up the room for something else. This Synchriopol's lake still screams farming to me. Like having some fields around this lake is probably the best thing we can do. And then maybe a settlement with 500 people that can produce some food and alcohol. Not at full capacity, but for domestic consumption would be nice. And some export. But removing the need to import food is, I think, a good thing at some point. I know there's an accent over the A, or an accent, or however it's pronounced. A little squiggle over the A, the first A, and I don't know how to type that. And I don't feel like typing that. And I also don't feel like copying the name. I'm a little bit lazy. Okay, our gas station is running. The free gas station can be removed from this route. So we only supply fuel here now. And wait until this one runs dry automatically. At which point we can remove it. This whole area will be built by vehicles from this area. No, I think I will bring support vehicles. Maybe the... You are construction office. You are not. You are repairing this vehicle right now. I think I'll move all the bulldozers into the construction office. Like the 2 more bulldozers. So we have 3 bulldozers, 1 excavator here. And they will help with building the infrastructure in the area. Next up is basically getting water and sewage hooked up. It might be better just having that next to the road, because then the trucks can get there more easily. Originally I was thinking of having it in the middle of the settlement here. And I think that still makes sense, but I'll go with 2 tanks over there. And we'll hook up dirt footpath to the intersection to get vehicles here a little bit faster. And then our technical office will receive 2 vehicles, water and sewage. As soon as the tanks are up and we have the money for them. Water first and then sewage later. That should make our repair station more efficient. I believe that that one is still affected by the 50% reduction in productivity from lack of drinking water. Some students waiting, but that's okay. A little bit of the lack of staff. Haven't had any prison escapes recently. We still have 16 in total for last year and this year. Court is running okay. Police station is fine. The house over here still lacks some boards, which will arrive as soon as well, the train is finished loading, I guess. because then we probably can sneak in the pickup of some construction material from that side. Should I just build an open storage? If I build an open storage, I will also need a road cargo station at some point. For the beginning though, it would only hold boards basically. And a small one might be sufficient. Especially given the area. It basically will be the road cargo station for maintaining everything. So we will need to have enough room for a road cargo station. The loading of material will happen from the open storage itself, and the road cargo station will be the destination for delivery vehicles, which I will have behind the building, I think. Not sure if we get a factory connection to go around, but fairly certain it will work. And these ones, this one needs electricity to load quickly, I think. Might be incorrect on this one, I haven't tested it. But I always thought it needed electricity to operate the crane. This one, don't think it cares about electricity. And, well, we don't really have easy access to it. And even if it's a little bit slow, that's fine. It's just supposed to unload there anyway. Could also move that over here, I guess. But electricity topic would be resolved for both stops in that case. I guess that could make a nice last few buildings for the area. The pickup point. Yeah, let's do that. That instead. And then a road cargo station on the opposite side. Yeah, there's nothing really planned over there. Gonna be a little bit of a mess of intersections here. But it will allow us to store boards away from the board production, where boards are always loaded by train, so we can start developing a little bit of a stockpile for construction efforts. Especially our maintenance construction officers can pick up from here, making sure that production doesn't ever stop any maintenance tasks from being completed. Changed my mind in regards to this corner. Can you please leave the premise so I can Remove that snapping point, please. Thank you. I'll do this corner first, because this is going to be the most visited route. And this is just a supply route, which can be built later. Good amount of workers. I'm very happy with that. Not so great, but fewer worker deliveries and they're just walking in there, so still a good amount of production overall. Looks like the remaining boards just arrived, or arrived recently, so that we can finish the construction of these flats in the area. What are you doing? Customs Road Cargo Station. Oh, you're bringing... wait. Barislav Customs House to Barislav Road Cargo Station. And why were you in town? You went to get repairs. Makes sense. You're at 0% wear and tear. You just finished your repairs. Yeah, this is just an ongoing task that's going to take a while. I hope the demolition office doesn't get stuck with waste again. Of course it does. Unfortunate. I think last time I didn't have that issue when I set up the stations. I think they are probably unloading into each other because of the factory connection. Let's make sure this factory connection is one way only. When they arrive here, they unload and nothing happens. There's no potential for the waste spilling back or something. Actually, the storages are full. Jesus Christ. They were slowly filling up and they couldn't unload anymore. This is full of construction waste. All from the mine heading down here. Looks like with the material types we have to be a little bit more careful. This should just be mixed and hazardous waste, I guess. So the waste storage over here should probably be made obsolete. We'll see. Well, you have a lot of construction waste to get out of this area. So the reason was not that the trucks were lazy, the reason was that our waste removal did not work anymore. I could add more trucks, but I would need to have to make another connection. And then I would have to demolish something, because I assumed that I didn't need another connection here. Oh well. Let's wait for the trucks to get back. At least it did not impact our citizen waste, because I reserved storage tanks for this waste over here. Metal scrap is also slowly filling up. Will get removed at some point. Yeah, remove the construction waste, please. Okay, demolition office will be able to work again. But we will have to come back here and check, so they don't get stuck with some construction waste in each of the waste trucks, blocking them again. Okay, just set the local construction office on that. Should be fine. Also get another dump truck and another open haul truck. Ah, these small vehicles are so bloody expensive for how terrible they are. One extra dump truck, one extra Open haul truck will make sure that they only need to send vehicles here once per resource. At least for the groundworks. We still have steel boards and bricks, but it'll be faster. Winter will be the test if our microbus route with the snowplow together can make sure that fire safety is ensured. Let's hope that is the case. Less than 13,000 workdays. Sending more workers to the bus stop has increased the construction rate of the tunnel. This town is going to be really expensive. I am saying that over and over because it's true. Still need a sports hall. We will need a police station. The fire station I removed again from down here. So basically a police station over here, a fire station over here. Oh, could be options. How tall are the footpath overpasses? That works well, yeah. That is fine by me. Can't change the height of these, so yeah, this is nice. Alternatively, we could also make a wheelchair accessible steel bridge here. Just doing this. This does work. Sure. Steel is fine. Okay, it does not like crossing into a footpath, I guess. That will make this pretty much impossible, the way it's currently set up. So what we need to do is basically move off to the side by one, giving it a little bit more distance. And then we can come around this like so, and hook up in here. This is like an easy access for people to get down here and work in facilities like the police station, like the fire station that I had envisioned. So I can't connect this here, so I have to be back by one. And then we can connect this. Connect this, and connect this. Right, that bridge is a little bit narrow. I think it's slightly going up, unfortunately. I would have liked for that not to happen, but Do we have another option? I mean, there's tons of options, but I usually don't build these. They look a little bit weird to me. Guess we have this as an option. I mean, if we do this, we're almost all the way to the next step already, so it's... Nah, this is not going to be the right way. We'll probably just have to move the footpath to the point where the bridge is already done. If these even make sense. I'm not so sure about that. But they look pretty neat. And if we build facilities like fire stations and police stations down there, they will definitely be used. Only one worker in the heating plant. If you think so. That looks better. Minus 11 degrees. 4 workers can fight the cold. Got a new house. Population is still growing. Low government loyalty is not in the top 2 anymore, at least. Unable to enjoy culture, however, is. So increasing that won't help very much if we don't have the workers for it. But I do think we have those available. Yeah, we can probably have more housing over here if we need to. If absolutely necessary, we can put probably 2 houses here. One like that and one like that as well. I did not look for anything pretty. I thought these row houses would look nice. But maybe if they were a little bit offset, could have looked a little better. I still think they look decent though. Ruble is slowly going up, and we're spending ruble on multiple new vehicles every now and then, which are getting more and more expensive as time goes on. The next one will have to be a water truck. As soon as they finish the construction of the water substation. And then later on we will need a sewage one. And after that, we will need 1 waste truck each. A large one and a small one, to deal with the waste being generated by the settlement. Speaking of waste, let's make sure our domestic waste does not run full and we continue exporting it. Looks like this truck decided to load mixed waste. The other truck might continue running construction waste. It also loaded mixed waste, okay. More construction waste. I guess whatever it finds, it'll load. And we should probably stop loading construction waste in that. It's such a shame that the aggregate did not move through the factory connection, but I did not test aggregates in a previous run. I remember doing waste, definitely. And unless something has changed, this will work. Unable to drink alcohol. Just increase the amount of workers here, and that should also become less of an issue. Unable to visit hospital, 2 people. Probably happened for people who weren't urgently wanting to go to the clinic. I don't know. I think it's probably the first stop every time for most people. But I don't know. Seems like everything is working okay. No problems with waste. Appears to be in order. Yeah. Let's check our rail construction towards the eastern customs house. Well, we can see the customs house from the current rail construction now. Nothing in its path but a sloped terrain, which we could probably shorten down, but I'll just follow the terrain. It'll be fine. And the other thing we will be able to buy is eastern trains if we so choose, because the diesel locomotives on the eastern side are a little bit cheaper. And we pick one of these that can only go 40 kilometers an hour. But it would make a nice shunting locomotive, which we could use to always move vehicles to and from depots, where speed doesn't matter and we just want a task to be done basically. So have that in the depot and always pick up cargo wagons and bring them to a depot. Hellas looks daunting. Hellas is going to be so expensive. During winter, traffic will be slower, but no vehicle will be added for the oil exports. There will just be a little bit of a loss of efficiency, and that's fine. I assume the water truck is relatively expensive. Actually, we could go for a cheaper one, but I do want the highest available capacity. Because 3 point something or 4 point something does not strike me as efficient per water delivery. Plus we're a little bit space limited with the amount of vehicle spaces in a technical service, so... But then again, we don't need that much water here. Should I just go for a smaller water truck? 3.8, 3.5. Could go with the V3S since we only have gravel roads and save a bit of money. But the efficiency is so low. It's half the price with a third of the carrying capacity. Engine power is half, so fuel efficiency is pretty good. I don't know. Since we have to buy a sewage truck at some point, I guess it doesn't matter. I could use that argument for both sides. Since we have to buy a sewage truck in the future, I guess I'll save some money now. Or, since we have to buy a sewage truck, I guess I can spend less money now to buy the sewage truck earlier. We will get a waste wagon and a eastern train fairly soon. I think we repaid our... No, we didn't quite repay our loan yet, but we're almost done. Let's repay it now. That was the eastern loan. On the western loan we still have 534,000 US dollars to pay back, with 92,000 in the bank. So money is looking a little bit bad. Still, we did a lot of rail construction all that time. So we're spending money continuously. Less and less frequent as we went along with the rail line, but still. I am slightly miffed that we are not going to get an EDK with that connection. I was like tempted to take out a loan, but it might be for the best. Oh yeah, and we are building these, which also took resources. Still need the road cargo station. But the road cargo station, I guess, isn't technically needed right now. It will be needed in the future when we have other materials that will be delivered to this area. What we are going to do for now is just pick up boards and drop them into this storage. And wait until loaded on both of them. And then this storage will only hold boards, bricks, prefab panels and steel. And boards can be gotten from here now. It should always have some boards available. We will set the warning for boards as soon as the first delivery has been made. Karasna open storage boards. We'll name all this after its current task and then probably rename it into maintenance materials or construction materials once some other materials have been delivered. But right now I don't want to spend the money to fill that storage. It seems a little bit excessive. Speaking of excessive, let's check our electronics. Our electronic components inside the warehouse, which we purchased at, I think we purchased it in US dollars at 130,000. Might have been rubles, I don't remember. But the price for these has changed. Electronics do now cost 161,000 rubles and 148,000 US dollars. So the price is going up for sure. And I think especially in US dollars it's gonna be nice to have that lying around. And at some point just go, let's export it now. Yeah, the price is slowly rising on both currencies. More so in rubles than in US dollars. But at some point we will export it. Or just give it to our citizens, making sure we don't have to import electronics for a while. Which will be equally as good. And a more slow process of getting some money back. Maybe we will export it as soon as we start building Hellas. It was Hellas, right? Yes, Hellas over there. A little bit of a Greek name. Alright, got our water storage. Definitely don't have the money for any water anymore right now. Probably grab more repair materials. Fabric, electronics and plastics are slowly starting to pile up inside the truck, which is good. And before we have to import more steel for the repair station, it will be quite a while, so should give us some time to save up some cash. Especially when the snow has started melting again and traffic is less of an issue. We will put in some traffic signs. Make sure the road is as optimized as it can be. And this definitely has the priority on driving straight through. And this one will be a corner, with the 4th space being a side road. Other than that, these ones don't matter, they're for supply. And over here we have a corner with this road will be happening at some point in the future. Undetermined when. Yeah, when the truck arrives, it's already loaded. Feels like it's carrying 16 tons probably. The building only can hold 15, but it was producing while it was loading, so it's probably 16 tons. I still need the culture building here. I still need the pub. I think the pub should be closer to the residential area. surely, right? We can have the delivery route be here. It's fairly off the beaten path. And it seems like the truck waiting at the other pub doesn't cause any traffic issues, at least I haven't heard of any. I might move that back to the left a bit to make sure the footpath doesn't look weird. And we can get a straight connection through the housing section here. So something like this. I know the road looks a little bit weird if it's too long. I believe this should be okay. What was that? Well, yeah, sure. And then footpath through here into this footpath connection, but make it a straight section into a cornered section from here. There we go. That is the pub. Clinic, we still have to build. Clinic will be built probably over here across. Maybe have a footpath cutting over the road here. Or we'll, yeah, build it over here with a footpath connection on this side. That will be the clinic. I said the pub and a culture building. It's gonna be the museum again. Cheapest building there is for that role. Attraction type museum is also satisfied. Costs the least amount of steels. It's slightly inefficient in regards to worker ratio to amount of visitors. But since we don't expect a lot of visitors in the area, it should be fine. We'll move that here and have a road connection come through this area, going into the fire station and also into the road itself, allowing people to walk into the museum. And then another footpath on that side. And if they can't reach it, we'll replan it, but they should be able to, at the very least through the bus stop itself. So that deals with culture. Sport, we have a small football playground, hopefully enough. If not, we'll place more, but no indoor facility. They should just drink alcohol to stay warm during winter, I guess. We have a clinic. We have a fire station. We still need kindergarten and school. We will not get a university in this. I will try and see if the Hall of Residence takes care of that. And a police station will be necessary. No secret police, and, well, a technical office at some point. And maybe one of these buildings. Maybe we can start a hotel over here if we have extra workers, but I believe that this is not going to be the case, since all of these facilities will require workers. If the university thing does not work, a bus route is out of the question as well. So we might have to build another party HQ. But hopefully the Hall of Residence can take care of that. Desire to study. If we allow them to wait at the bus stop, maybe they will turn into students that that get to the Hall of Residence one way or another. Okay, boards are starting to fill up. Very nice. So boards are now in the storage for anyone. trees have regrown, at least partially. The woodcutting posts do not know about them yet, but I can see the open spaces in between, so I will go ahead and replant some trees right now. Just to make sure that they grow up when the other trees have been harvested. Okay, the open space was my road, so I am getting a little bit confused. This during winter, this looks like it was like a gap in the trees, and it was, but I did not realize that that was the road. I thought there was... Yeah, I guess there is a gap here. This is slightly thinned out, so it does make sense to replant at least a few. $16,000 last month, so still on the path to repay some of the loan, but not every month it looks like. But with our rail construction being done relatively soon, that should allow us to save a lot more money. Especially when we can turn off the rail construction worker route and send all of those workers to go into another facility that actually makes money instead of using money. For that we just have to turn off the route, and then they'll get picked off by another bus from the bus stop. And we don't have to do a thing. Except turn off the route. Okay. Sewage tank being built. Fine. And the rest, I guess I could start building with the money that we have. I definitely need to turn off people moving in here when we start finishing those buildings. Getting citizens I deactivated at the start when I accidentally placed 4 residential buildings, or however many it was. So that one was fairly early dealt with. And that's about it. We currently have no more repairs, which means that the bulldozers should all be in a very good shape, at least as much as they can be. And when they get worn again, they will receive repairs as soon as they have hit 50%. And then it should be less of an issue. And maybe we can even get them into a better shape again, although I think we can't repair them over the 16% amount again. I'm not sure about that. Maybe in 1973, if we still remember it, we can check a bulldozer and see if we can trigger a repair, and if it repairs more than it has right now. They are making progress with the demolition, that's for sure. Korazna, loyalty low. I assume probably this building. No, it is not. This one. 29% only. I'm blaming prisoners. Haven't had a new escape. Excellent. I guess we could start filling this up with general construction materials, so if we run out of money, at least we can maintain things while the electricity isn't there. That also doesn't make much sense. Well, the inflation is still continuously going up, so at some point it will be a good idea to have some materials lying around. You go export the mixed waste, stop standing around, and maybe help your buddy a bit with dealing with the construction waste, if you will. So the storage for the iron ore train is not that large, if each train can carry 736 tons. We basically have one extra train load that we can store, but that's all we need. I don't think we need more than that. Well, at least we got the oil field hooked up. That definitely is bringing in a nice bit of cash. Maybe a second pump check with 3 extra trucks would be worth it. Maybe it would drive down the price of oil. Right now the price is looking pretty good and going up. And I am fairly happy with the 3 trucks and what they're doing. And if the amount of money just keeps going up, why not? This is in range of the repair station, right? Yes, it is. So as soon as they realize they do need repairs, they should be able to get it. Next up, we will have to start working on this area and basically prepare it to be ready for people to move in. Set up an import for shopping goods, get a dump truck to bring in coal for the heating plant. 1 dump truck should be enough. This has fewer workers and citizens living here than our other settlement, which is doing fine with only 1 dump truck. We might be able to just reuse one of the large dump trucks that is currently sitting around in the construction office and doing very slow deliveries. Rather use that one for a heating plant maybe that is close to a customs house, or from a coal storage to a heating plant if we're making coal deliveries by train at some point, which we could do with the train. We could have a domestic coal storage and supply it with a train transportation route. But if we want to do that automatically, I guess we would have to advance set up this train and tell it to, you can only load coal in here and you can only load iron ore in here, and then it becomes a little bit inefficient. But I guess you would have a train running around with the materials that you need at all times, and it would just keep itself topped off. Like on the way back carrying some coal into storage over here somewhere, and then turning around and going back. Maybe when we have a coal production ourselves, we can consider coal storage. How's the price of iron versus steel? 40 rubles per ton? Not steel, coal. 40 rubles per ton of iron versus 14 for coal. Iron ore being more valuable than coal. Not coal ore, but coal. Right now. Might change on a dime, but right now this is really good for us. Coal is looking pretty bad in the heating plant. I was talking about it and it doesn't look that great. Hello Wusho, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Wusho, I have introduced some things that you will like. To the left of the chat, if you mouse over the stream window, you will see a button. You can click that button to cause sound alerts. You are free to choose whatever you find. Let's see if you find one. There you go. Tess found one. I did not run the shark thing. I did not run that one, but yeah. There is one that you will recognize by name that you might have missed, but no, it wasn't Shork. It was a button to the left side of the chat over the stream window. Yeah, the Fahrtstravaganza. Everyone avert your ears if someone finds that one. Oh, it's on the right side. Okay, sure. Sorry. For me, chat is on the left side. Oh yeah, it's on the right side. To the left of the chat window, I mean. To the left of the chat window. That's what I meant. You have to wait, there's still a cooldown. Yeah, it's for, I think, a minute, because I'm not affiliate, so... If you're affiliate...
What are you doing? It's Shark Week!
Okay, you picked that one. That wasn't very difficult to implement. I can definitely recommend that for you, if you're up for that. It does have copyrighted materials, I think, so... There are like full-on soundtracks that can be played, so it's a little bit... Gotta be a little bit careful with what you add. But overall, I think it's really good. Okay, I do have to add the second truck here. Did not think that would need to happen, but... So maintenance might get interrupted at some point by two vehicles being parked here, but yeah. You still haven't used the one from... I hope it doesn't get me banned from whatever the party game was called. Earwax was part of that one, exactly. I know you missed that sound, and I finally found it. So yeah, theoretically every minute that could be played. If it gets overdone at some point, I will probably increase the cooldown. But I think I want to use it for like reactions to like questions and stuff instead of like general noises. But if I'm doing like race room or stuff, then general noises might be more appropriate. I think for this kind of stream of workers and resources, which I'm streaming by the way. Hello everyone, welcome to the Raiders. We're playing workers and resources and doing some sound alerts. For this kind of game, fart sounds are a comedic relief that might be not as funny to the viewers, maybe, but I don't know. It was definitely something that I wanted to try, and I think it was worth it. I hope I don't crash when someone causes a fart at some point, but so many farts. Yep. The other one of the same variety is very it's a little bit harsh, let's say. I added a second one, but yeah. Maybe it's a little bit too late for that. Colata is slowly... Well, that one too, yeah. I need to add a toaster sound, I just realized. A toaster like ejecting toast. And then you can say the same thing, Taz. I'm not toaster, Wushel is toaster. Wushel be toaster. This is such a shift in stream. But yeah. Sorry? Nothing arrived yet. If you triggered something. But yeah, I think it'll add to the stream. I think if I can't be affiliate, I can... Oh no, for ruining Carmen's Shell stream with Hearts, Toasters and Roast. I did want to try it at some point, and I think it is here to stay. I also wanted to add the Soviet anthem, but I didn't know it was copyrighted, so I did not go for it. I opted against it for playing the whole Soviet anthem. Yeah, it was easy to set up. It's a few clicks and dragging and dropping a URL on top of OBS, added the sound alerts basically, and then accepting the integration of the add-on to make the button appear on Twitch was another click, and yeah, was really easy. So now I have something like an affiliate for sounds basically. I don't have these activation of sounds with channel points. Anyone can activate them. Do you want to try the other fart, if you please? Thank you. So yeah, I have added sound alerts. Apologies to my viewers on YouTube who were probably maybe fast forwarding through the video and then maybe dropping exactly at that point in when those were redeemed, but I think they are here to stay. They provide a little bit of comedic relief, and maybe I will find some appropriate sound alerts just for the special occasion. Some for the Soviet Republic game, some for Race Room. I don't know. Just have to be a bit careful with copyright, I guess. But yeah. Thank you for showing up and thank you for the raid. How did your I was about to say NSU, but Need for Speed Unbound Race Room. Ooh. Why did I say that? How did your Need for Speed Unbound game go when I left? I said that so seriously too, Jesus Christ. Don't turn that into a sound alert, I forbid you. Thankfully I had music in the background, so it wasn't a clear sound sample. Anyway, we do have money for a water truck, but our repair station is doing fine without. Was really fun, also played some Grid Legends after that, both are super cool games. Grid Legends, that's new, I think. What does Legends mean in that regard? Is it GT3 Legends, or is it like really old cars, or is it just 1990s and newer, or what does Legends mean basically? Because I'm looking for old cars to drive, and who knows. But I guess it's not VR, probably. Yeah, legendary racing drivers, okay. Got it. So... I wanted to do one last race in Grid Legends, and it gave me a Porsche for the very last one. Well... You were not allowed to buy one, but that doesn't mean if the game gives you a free one, you're not allowed to use it, so... No problems with that. Did you buy a Porsche in Need for Speed, though? Good, good. I bought a Honda Civic. Well, at least you abided by the chat vote, how very nice. Isn't that the same car you bought in Need for Speed Underground? I think that's the same car that you drove against my Dodge Neon. Yeah, it's been so long. Honda Coupe, okay. Anyway, it's been also getting fairly late for me. I think I'm going to turn down the meters and slow down and basically stop the stream shutdown for the day. It is already the second stream. I just felt like I wanted to do a little bit more. And we have done some more. We finally have reached Colata and started building it. And maybe next time we can finish it. There's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of construction tasks, but we do have local construction offices, and since the construction sites are relatively small, who knows? Colada. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Apologies again for the sound alerts. Hope that you don't mind them. If you do, let me know in chat. In Twitch chat or in the YouTube comments. I will read them, but a little bit later. Like...
Yes!
Exactly. When the video came online for you guys. As always, have a good night, take care of yourselves, and as always, maybe I will see you next time.